Before we even get nostalgic, let's acknowledge the uncomfortable truth. Some creators have lost their health and, in some cases, their life to extreme eating content. I'm not even going to do a deep dive into those deaths today. Honestly, the fact that they exist at all should already make you pause. Because I've personally watched this content change people, not just creators, viewers too. And that's the scariest part. Mukbang didn't start this way, but this is exactly where we are now. For those who don't know, mukbang started in South Korea as something genuinely wholesome. It wasn't about excess, it wasn't about shock, it was about not eating alone. Creators would often sit and eat normal portions. They would talk about their day, share stories, almost like sitting at a table with a family or a friend. And for people who are lonely, depressed, or just dislike eating by themselves every night, it helped. It felt warm. It felt human. But then mukbang blew up globally. And once more creators entered the space, the pressure started. Bigger portions, louder sounds, more drama, more shock value. Because on YouTube, normal does not trend. And yes, to be fair, there are still some mukbang and ASMR creators who keep it chill, they keep it enjoyable, but they're no longer the face of the genre. Here's the thing. In theory, someone eating a meal and speaking softly, that doesn't bother me. But the problem is when the food become absurdly massive. The mouth sound becomes the main attraction, and the eating itself turn into a spectacle for the whole world to see. Mukbang would be fine if it stayed normal, but it didn't. And creativity disappeared. Storytelling vanished. Now it's just how much food can I physically fit in my mouth? And at that point, it's not content, it's a dare. This is where mukbangers turn into epic eaters. Everyone started trying to outdo the last person, bigger meals, faster eating, more calories, and the internet itself rewarded it. But let's be logical for a second. No human being can sit there and eat an enormous amount of meal every day, every week, without any consequences. If someone binge once in a blue moon for a contest, a competition, whatever, that's fine. A few normal days can be offset. But daily, weekly, come on, that's impossible. So when we see creators eating massive meals every upload and somehow staying skinny, staying fit, you should immediately ask yourself, so if they not gaining weight, what actually is happening behind the scene? This is the part that nobody wants to talk about. The part that they don't admit. Most mukbang are a performance. Editing tricks. If you watch closely on most of these, you'll notice a cut here, a cut there. Every time they take a bite, no visible swallowing is shown, or it just cuts right before they swallow. There are jump cuts hiding in things happening off camera that most people are speculating. Zach Choi is a perfect example of this. If you look at his content, you could look at the cuts, the bites, cut, bite, cut, new perspective. On TikTok, it gets even worse. People show themselves biting food all day but never swallowing. It looks impressive until you realize what's missing. Then there's the mukbang scandals. If you search it, you'll find videos showing how they are using subtle tricks to hide what's plainly in front of you and what most people are speculating. Some people say they're spitting out their food. Stephanie, Zach, most of your popular fit mukbang creators have many scandals and expose videos about themselves. They take one bite of a sandwich, it disappears off the frame once they put it down, and somehow it never came back. It's not eating. Most of it is just a sleight of hand. Some creators go further to avoid the truth coming out, saying that mukbang was their only meal for the day, that they starve themselves for the rest of the day, that they walk out obsessively, or some even say they purge. Either way, mukbang does not feel real anymore. They stage. Here's the part that makes me genuinely sad. Other than feeders, which is a whole new video by itself, a huge part of the mukbang audience is people struggling with anorexia. They watch to see someone eat what they can't, or to motivate restrictions, or to live through the illusion of indulgence. So now you have creators faking consumption, viewers struggling with food, and an algorithm pushing both deeper and deeper. That's not entertainment, that's a feedback loop. One of the worst mukbang genres for me has always been Asian seafood genres. The main reason for this is because you will often see creators eating live octopus. Now, yes, in Korea and some Asian countries, octopus is traditionally eaten alive. Yes, I understand. But on YouTube and other social media platforms, it stops being about culture for me. It becomes a spectacle. Shock value is replacing the meaning of the content. It's no longer about food, it's about reaction. And look, I'm not judging from a moral high ground. I myself was and somehow still am an avid mukbang viewer. When I was down, it helped in some cases. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but I couldn't look away. I was genuinely feeling like it was a bit of a guilty pleasure. But now it doesn't feel comforting, it feels sad. Here's the truth: the creators that sit there and do this content weekly and daily become massively obese, destroying their health to the extreme. It's not mukbang itself that's the problem. It's portraying extreme eating as normal. Mukbang was supposed to be about not eating alone. Now it feels like we're watching people hurt themselves for views. And the saddest part, we keep watching. We reward it, and the algorithm pushes it further. That's why mukbang content isn't just weird anymore, it's depressing. Thank you so much for watching. If you do share a different view, if you do have a different take, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you do enjoy the content. More will be coming soon. Thank you. Peace.